One of my clients recently told me a story about how she found a healer in her area and was encouraged to pay for 6 sessions with this healer, prepaid for the sessions. She had the first session, and then she went to Ireland on a trip, a healing trip. She went to a retreat, and this retreat was so powerful for her. She felt that when she got back, she didn't need the rest of the healing sessions that she'd prepaid for. So she went to see the healer and explained her journey and how much better she was feeling. And she was told that she couldn't have her money back and that she was mad, that she was suffering from schizophrenic-like behavior. I know this client well because I've been working with her for a long time, and I'd never seen her in such a good state of mind. And I thought this was a very interesting example of how we have to be very careful about whether or not we're being tracked by our practitioners or mental health providers. And what I mean by this is that anyone who wants you to keep on coming back without honoring the fact that you might be feeling a lot better and you might not need them is keeping you trapped in the role of the client or the role of the wounded person, the role of the person needing help. What's important to remember in the client-practitioner dynamic is that if a practitioner does not own their own woundedness, it stays in their shadow. And don't forget that what is in our shadow forcibly gets projected outwards. So the practitioner will project their woundedness onto their client, keeping their client stuck in the client role. So 2 things you can look out for when this dynamic is coming through with a provider is that you may feel inside yourself that you are starting to heal, that you're getting to a place that feels better for you than when you began with the provider, but somehow you feel boxed in. It's as if the provider cannot allow you to remove yourself from the label of the wounded, the client, or even a psychiatric label. And that's why it's so important to find a provider who is not quickly wanting to label you. Secondly, you might also find, like my client found, that you are ready to let go of that provider. You're ready to move on. Your life has changed. And the provider gives you the message that that is not okay, that you won't be okay without that provider, that you need that provider. So as a client, I think the most important thing that you can remember is that you are not just a client. You have a healer inside yourself. And really, in the best situation in terms of the client-healer dynamic is that the healer you go to see helps you to identify and recognize your own inner healer.